Your brain is not broken, it's not lazy, and it's definitely not your enemy. But it is programmed to avoid hard work. In this video, you'll not only understand why your brain resists effort, but you'll also learn simple, practical ways to trick it so taking action stops feeling like a battle. Every time you try to study, exercise, work on a goal, or do something uncomfortable, your brain quietly pushes back. You feel resistance, you feel tired, you feel distracted, and suddenly scrolling your phone feels like the best idea in the world. This isn't a personal failure, it's biology. Your brain evolved to keep you alive, not successful. Thousands of years ago, conserving energy was a survival advantage. Doing less meant surviving longer. Wasting energy on unnecessary effort could be dangerous, so your brain learned one simple rule: avoid hard work unless it's absolutely necessary. That same brain is still running your life today. When you face a difficult task, your brain doesn't see future success or long-term rewards. It sees effort, uncertainty, risk, and it responds by protecting you. It sends signals like boredom, fear, tiredness, or distraction, not to hurt you, but to save energy. This is why motivation feels unreliable, because motivation isn't logical, it's emotional. Your brain constantly asks one question: what gives me the most reward for the least effort right now? Scrolling, watching videos, eating snacks, resting, these things deliver fast dopamine with almost zero effort. Hard work doesn't. Hard work promises rewards later, and your brain hates waiting. That's why knowing what to do is never the problem. You already know what you should be doing. The problem is getting yourself to do it. This is where most people get stuck. They blame themselves. They think they need more discipline, more willpower, or more motivation. But fighting your brain head-on rarely works. You can't bully biology. You have to trick it. The first trick is making hard work look small. Your brain avoids tasks that feel big, vague, or endless. Study sounds heavy. Get fit sounds painful. Work on your future sounds overwhelming. But open the book, put on shoes, or write one sentence feels safe. This is why starting small works so well. Not because the action itself is powerful, but because it lowers the brain's alarm system. When effort feels manageable, resistance drops. Once resistance drops, action begins. Momentum is a side effect of starting, not motivation. The second trick is reducing friction. Your brain always chooses the path of least resistance. If your phone is nearby, it will win. If your workspace is messy, your brain will escape. If starting requires too many steps, your brain will delay. So instead of trying to become more disciplined, make the right action easier and the wrong action harder. Put distractions out of reach. Prepare your tools in advance. Set your environment so that doing the work is the easiest option available. Discipline becomes automatic when friction is removed. The third trick is changing how you define success. Your brain hates failure, and when success feels far away, it assumes failure is likely. That's why perfectionism and procrastination often come together. If you expect perfect results, your brain avoids starting altogether. So stop defining success as finishing. Define success as showing up. 1 page is success. 1 minute is success. One small step counts. When success feels achievable, your brain stops resisting. It relaxes, and once it relaxes, you gain control. The fourth trick is using immediate rewards. Your brain is wired for instant feedback. Long-term goals feel invisible, so create small rewards along the way. Not big rewards, just enough to signal progress. A check mark, a break, a sense of completion. These small wins train your brain to associate effort with reward instead of pain. Over time, hard work stops feeling threatening. The fifth trick is understanding that feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean something is wrong. Most people stop when resistance appears. They think resistance means they should quit, but resistance is just your brain adjusting to effort. It's a signal, not a stop sign. If you learn to sit with that feeling without reacting, it loses its power. The brain adapts faster than you think. What feels hard today feels normal tomorrow. This is how discipline is actually built, not through force, but through repetition. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your brain doesn't change from thinking, it changes from action. Waiting to feel ready keeps you stuck. Acting before you feel ready rewires the brain. Every time you start despite resistance, you teach your brain that effort is safe. And once the brain learns that, it stops fighting you. Hard work doesn't get easier because you become stronger. It gets easier because your brain becomes familiar with it. So the next time you feel resistance, don't panic, don't overthink, don't wait for motivation. Just recognize what's happening. Your brain is trying to protect you. And instead of fighting it, guide it. Make the task smaller, remove friction, redefine success, reward progress, accept discomfort. That's how you stop avoiding hard work, not by forcing yourself, but by outsmarting your brain. And once you learn this, progress stops feeling like a battle and starts feeling natural.